wanted your opinion, there was an opening of like, we really want to hear what you really, really think. Don't just tell us what we want to hear. And I had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So for the first time, I was able to like fully engage with the team and say, let's vet each other. Let's talk about it. Let's make sure that this journey is something that's authentic and that we really are talking about belonging, that we really are talking about pulling up more chairs to the table and including more people and more voices.
It's not just filling a quota. It's not just
checking your box.
Checking a box.
Exactly. Those were my words. I said that. And, I think the best thing that we could have done early on, and it's nothing like being able to look back at that time now, that the intention was we are going to always look for the solve. Sometimes there won't be a solve, but our heart's going to be in it, balanced with the pillars of what we stand for. And one of them is belonging.
Yeah.
So how do you constantly take that back and find the belonging is making sure that there are HR policies, there are state laws that we have to follow in certain things. And then there's also within the realms of how it relates to the workplace so that things don't get so messy, so they don't just spin out of control, that there's guardrails there, that you can get creative with it, but there has to be structure. And it's really great that the one thing that we really, really wanted to do was to make this a culture of belonging. Because it is, of my humble opinion, that if you are a great leader, you are listening, you are paying attention, you're doing less talking, and really focused on what your teams need. So moving from a guest-facing position to a now employee-facing position was right where I wanted to be. Asking the question, how can we as a hospitality industry expect all this hospitality to flow through our spaces if we're not modeling that for the teams, for our people? You got to feel that when you walk into a room. So thankfully, even now, something like that becomes culture grows roots because it's in everything that we do in a company. Yeah. How do you pull that out? You can't just pull that out.
Well, how do you pull it out?
You can't. Because it's people are less likely, I truly believe, to have have less doubt about if they're being taken care of or whether they belong or not by how much attention and time and energy the leadership team provides for the employees. Just like when I came to that hotel and I've got the suit and the education and all the tools that I needed to do my job well, but also to enrich my life. My dream is that people walk out of wherever room I'm in with them, taking that with them for the rest of their life. That's just basic, fundamental. It's not, yes, there's education in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Courses that you could take, courses that I took.
Yeah.
But getting back to the leadership piece, it's not a full solve, but it takes care of a lot of things. When you, as a team member, are like, yes, my boss or the person I report to truly cares about me, and they're listening, and they're responding and not reacting. That's the good stuff.
That is the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry, I just got so drawn in there with that last little section there. I lost where I was going with that. Thank you.
I've been told that a few times.
Yeah, you do have that incredible way about you, and just working with like you in general, because we do work together outside of this to you genuinely do care about people, and you help people be seen and feel heard, and I feel like that's really like the basics of hospitality, and it's all so like getting to see that and being a person who's received it is incredible, and I can't sing enough praises there. Is there any other things you would like to share on that segment about?
Yeah.
I know you've mentioned pillars a few times. I know you mentioned a few things like that. Is there any other things that you feel important that you want to talk about or you want to cover in the space of belonging?
Yeah. I mean, the mentoring that we offer is so organic, which I love, because if someone really truly wants to learn something or just needs to be supported, it's just like serving a table, Aiden. You know when you walk up to the table what kind of guest you're getting. Do they want a butler? Do they want a comedian, an entertainer? Some people want a quick couple of minutes, like they just want to bounce something off of me, and others want to stick around. I've had people say, "No, I want to talk to you once every 2 weeks.
Yes.
We need to be on
We
this,
gotta chat.
on
We
this
gotta-
train."
Yep.
Right. And there have been times where I've literally sat across the table from someone who looks like me.
Yeah.
And I've teared up and got emotional because I didn't have that coming through the ranks of being the only woman of color in so many places. I will say this though. My mentors, even though most of them were white men, were people, humans that believed in me, believed in my talent, and were willing to share their time with me. And so, yeah, I was less likely to assume that there was anything other than good intentions there. And so that was definitely modeled for me. And I want to model that, for anyone that wants to take the time to sit with me and listen, learn. But 9 times out of 10, I'm listening to them. I mean, I don't have it all figured out, even with this much time. As a veteran, I think you realize there's so much more to learn. And our young people are so brilliant. And I love everything about how they think and how they feel. So many feelings. I'm a feelings person too, so I get it.
Yeah.
But I also want to give them the space to be themselves, but also to be strong and to have a foundation. Because this world is not always kind. And being a Black woman in this industry, there's still so many rooms in some rare air that I sit in by myself, with myself. And I want to see others be able to see themselves in that way too. So that's very fulfilling. And I always said, as long as I keep feeling like there's purpose, I'll keep doing this thing. And this hospitality, this business is never ending.
Yes.